Crazy. Alrighty, good morning everybody. I nearly didn't make it. Big accident on the highway, and I only got told about it by the computer when it was too late. And so I sat in traffic looking at the time. But I'm glad to be here. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through our intro presentation. It is very much a proposition. It's an invitation. And so hopefully you will have enough information from this presentation to make a decision by the end of it. If you have any questions, reserve those until after the presentation. I'm sure you are being hosted by somebody. Someone's invited you to come to DuePoint, so speak to them straight after the presentation. All right, so let's begin. And welcome to everyone on the live stream, wherever you may be. I love it when people turn around and go, who's he talking to? I'm talking to the camera above your head, because we are live streaming to the entire country at the moment. You are my live studio audience, but we've got a much bigger audience out there thanks to technology. And we've got Brendan down in Bloemfontein. So hopefully for the wealth engineers out there, you've got some people in Bloemfontein attending the encounter that we're doing over there. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we are a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We've been in operation for nearly 7 decades, so since 1952. So we are a very well-established business in South Africa. But DuePoint was formed about 3.5 years ago when a number of factors came together. We're going to go through those quickly because that'll give you a lot of context as to the relevance of this business. And that's fairly important to understand. Number one, economic and risk factors. This is mostly from your point of view. So I know that you are only here for one reason. You've weathered the cold to come see this presentation, only for one reason. And what is that one reason? Money. See, you're bold enough to say it, right? So it might sound quite brash, but yes, and that's the economic factor. It's born out of necessity. It's born out of necessity. People don't want to be looking for other things, for extra things, if they don't have to, right? Who wants to do extra work on the side? But it's born out of necessity because of all the risk that we find ourselves facing in our current form of circumstances. So that gives us great relevance, this business, because that's the question that we want to answer here at DuePoint. And so what we've done is we've created an opportunity based around social entrepreneurship. That is the invitation. This is the proposition that I'm going to be speaking about for the next 35 minutes. It's an invitation to come join us in very much what is a community, right? To come do business, to help us build this business in South Africa called DuePoint. And so what our mandate becomes is to create better channels of distribution. We could have very easily have adopted traditional forms of marketing, right? So many of our other businesses, they don't have social entrepreneurship opportunities in them. We increase our brand through typical marketing and advertising. We spend money with the broadcasters, billboard advertisers, print advertisers, internet advertising. We've got big call centers that bring in all that new business. But we don't do that here because we want to create social impact. We want to assist people from an economic point of view and help them with an opportunity that can potentially change their circumstance, right? And so that is the context of this business, right? And so your mandate becomes to help us build this business. So how do you do that? You go out and you connect. You tell other people about DuePoint the same way you were told about DuePoint. That's all you have to do. That sounds simple, right? And so if you're able to connect people successfully to our business, we call that building a channel of distribution. So you get to build this thing called a channel of distribution for yourself. And this is the key to wealth. Our business is about wealth creation, right? You'll see that throughout the presentation. Our business is not just about allowing you to create income on the side. We have greater aspirations for you, believe it or not. We want to see people in this business become wealthy. Right now, that might mean something different for each of you, but I'm hoping that throughout this presentation, you're going to let your imagination run a little wild with possibility, because this business is all about possibility. All right. So if you're able to create a channel of distribution, you get to share in all the benefits that the DuePoint system offers. Number one, yes, you get to create additional income for yourself, but the nature of the income is very important to understand because it separates us from many other business opportunities out there. If you are here out of necessity, then I'm assuming that you've gone and looked at many other business opportunities. This is not the only business opportunity you've ever seen, right? And so it's important for me to tell you about recurring income because it separates us from all these other business opportunities that you're going to look at. The beautiful thing about the DuePoint system is that you get to share in the recurring income that we create as a business, right? Recurring income gets rid of a lot of the risk that we find ourselves facing. So we are all unfortunately tied to activity-based income. What's activity-based income? You have to work for every cent you earn. Work for every cent you earn. Time-based income, right? As employees, very much constrained to time. Your boss tells you in your contract what time you're expected to come to work, what time you're allowed to go home, how long your lunch hour is, whether you get tea time or not, how much leave you're allowed to take every year, even how many sick days you're allowed. That is activity-based income. It is very constraining because if anything threatens your ability to work, your income is threatened, right? And so we see this playing out constantly in our country, right? In other countries too. We see it in the form of retrenchment. When you're retrenched, you can't work. You can't work, you can't derive income. When you get to retirement age, they say, thanks for your 45 years. It's time to go. And then you don't have work, and therefore you don't have income, right? Creating recurring income. Insurance companies create something called a book value. A book value creates annuity income for insurance businesses. It's a beautiful aspect of business. Not all businesses get to create annuity income. I ran a business for 15 years, an ad agency, a digital agency. We didn't create any recurring income. We started at zero at the end of every single month. We had to earn every single cent. And there was this number we had to hit every single month just to keep the doors open. It was tiring, right? Because if we didn't work, we didn't create income. Here at DuePoint, you get to share in the benefit of a book value that we have. You almost become shareholders in this business. You get a royalty of what this business creates. You go speak to any investor. A royalty is the best deal you can get. Why? Because you don't have any costs. You don't get any of the risk. We take on all the risk. But you get to take some cream off the top of that business every single month in the form of recurring income. There are very few businesses that offer that. At the same time, we allow you power duplication. We allow you to benefit out of being able to go create a team around you that can help you build a channel of distribution. That much faster, that much greater. You can increase your income here at DuePoint exponentially. This is something we're not used to at all. Who got a raise this year in their salaries? Very few of us. Who's been given a raise every single year for the last 7 years? Probably not a single South African, right? But inflation is sitting at what? And so what's happening is your salary is actually decreasing every single year. And you're wondering, why can't I pay for groceries this month? Right? It's exactly that fact. Here at DuePoint, you can increase your income every single month. That might sound bizarre, but we've got people doing it, right? You get to share in that. Our business is extremely flexible in the fact that we leverage technology wonderfully. Technology is an awesome thing. Why? Because it makes business easier, faster, and simpler. And so we are live streaming to the entire country, right? You're just the small little live audience that we're addressing. But there are people all over the country watching us at the moment. You get to share in that technology. It allows you to do business anywhere in the country at any time of the day without any constraint, right? So tap into the technology here at DuePoint. No startup capital. Like I said, you don't get to shoulder any of the risk here at DuePoint. How many business opportunities do you know that you go into that don't have risk? They almost don't exist, right? But we have aspired to creating social impact. And so I cannot say to you, come join the best business in South Africa, but it's got a 20,000 Rand price tag. That's the joining fee, 20,000 Rand. People go, I can't afford that risk. And so we've designed it to have almost no risk. You're at liberty to try to do this business. Even if you're skeptical, you might be sitting there thinking, oh, this sounds too good to be true. Oh, this marketing guy's good. I should definitely be nervous because it sounds too good. You're still at liberty to try this business because there's no risk involved. So you can try it, right? At the same time, we've tried to make the business as accessible as possible. We don't have qualifications or experience requirements. Anyone can join this business. Absolutely anyone. Most importantly is that the time that you invest in this business never goes to waste because you are building an asset. This channel of distribution that you're building here at DuePoint, you have legal tender over it. It means you own it. How many of us have got ownership in the time that we spend at work? Anyone? No one got shares. Anyone running little businesses? So we're all employed. You know what the problem with employment is? You don't get to share in the upside of the business you're working for. What does that mean? I don't get to share in the upside. When the business does well, does your boss say, oh, we had a good month, I'm going to give you extra this month? Not a chance. Do you get a dividend check every quarter? Or is that only for the shareholders? That's only for the shareholders. We don't get to share in the upside. So why do you spend 45 years working for somebody else when you've got nothing to show for it when you get to retirement? Less than 5% of our population retires financially independent. Do you know what that means? It means 95% retire suddenly faced with the reality that they can't afford to live the way they've been living. And so either you've got to downscale your lifestyle, you become dependent on your children and family members and friends, and you're going out looking for a job again once you're retired. That's 95% of our population. Why do we spend 45 years working for somebody else if that's what our prospects look statistically? Start investing time where you have ownership. At DuePoint, you own the channel of distribution that you build. It means you can sell it. It means it can't retrench you. It doesn't stop paying you when you get to retirement age. It'll pay you through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, through your 90s, through your 100s, through your 110s. When are you going to die? And what will happen when you die? What happens to your channel of distribution? Does it disappear into thin air? No, it's an asset. It forms part of your estate. You will be one of the few South Africans that actually passes wealth on to the next generation, onto your children. You create legacy when you own something that you're able to build up over a lifetime. Our hope is that people look at this business not as just a smash and grab business opportunity, but something that they can invest in long term. Our aspiration is to create long-term relationships with people, not 3 months, 6 months, so that you can go jump onto the next opportunity. We're hoping that we've built a system that people look at and go, I can invest long-term here. Why? Because I have ownership in this business. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved. Who thought they were going to become insurance salesmen coming here this morning? Was that your fear, to become an insurance salesman? It was also my fear. But here I am. Fortunately, I'm the only person involved in sales here. You guys don't get involved in sales at all. Your mandate is not to go out and sell any of our products. That is my job. I will tell you about the products and how wonderful they are. All you do is go out and connect people to this business. What does that mean? Go tell them about DuePoint. There is necessity in this country. You're going out to spread good news. You are going out to tell people about, yes, there's actually opportunity that exists with very little risk that you can take a look at. You don't trust me? Come look at a 30-minute presentation. That's all you have to do, is convince someone to sit down for 30 minutes. Right? Like my daughter says, Daddy, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. That's when she messes in my car and my face goes red. It's not the end of the world. Just convince them. 30 minutes of their lives. It's not the end of the world. Anyone can afford 30 minutes, right? And that's all you're going to do, is just connect people to this presentation. I will tell them, I will do the rest for you, right? And that becomes your only mandate. And because our products are financial products, it means they're not tangible. So when we do start selling products, right, there are no boxes. Did anyone see boxes in reception? There are no boxes. I know you've been involved in box businesses before, right? What does your bucky look like? What does your garage look like? I'm sure you still got some expired product sitting in your storeroom somewhere. We don't have those problems here at DuePoint. We've got IT systems that take care of everything in the cloud. You don't have to bat an eyelid, right? You'll never have to think about stock and distribution and expiry dates ever here at DuePoint. But your job is to build a channel of distribution. This is where wealth lies, right? So it begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going to start going out and connecting other people to this business. 30 minutes, that's all you need them to do. 30 minutes, come watch, right? People will join. They will. Go speak to enough people. People will start joining this business because of your efforts. And that's the beginning of your channel of distribution. Those people that you connected to the business go out and do the same thing, and they start connecting other people. This is the power of duplication that we allow you to benefit from. We allow you to benefit out of all the work those 5 people that you put into the business have done. This is the asset that you own. This is what pays you a return every single month. This is the thing I hope that you start to look at and go, long term, I can start sacrificing time long term to building this thing that I own that pays me every single month. What happens if you don't do any work next month? You do nothing. You don't even look at DuePoint. You don't even think of DuePoint next month. Is DuePoint going to pay you? Yes. Why? Because we pay you for the channel that you build, not for your time. We don't pay you for time at DuePoint. Your boss pays you for time. At DuePoint, we pay you for the business that you do, the business that you've built, the asset that you've created. This is not going to disappear next month. It's still going to be there next month, and therefore you're going to earn a return next month whether you do DuePoint or not. Right? The power of building an asset you have ownership over. So how do we pay our wealth engineers? So we pay what we call a monthly return to all our wealth engineers. It is based on a fee of R27.50 for every product in your qualified channel. When your little channel starts, right? Those are the people that you've introduced personally. We call that your first point. On your first point, you get paid twice the R27.50. You get paid R55 for every product on your first point every single month. If you had 10 people, let's say this weekend you connect to 10 people, you're suddenly earning R550 a month. Right? Extrapolate that over a year, annuity income, because it's recurring income. You can do that. You can look at how much money that's going to afford you annually. That's suddenly R6,000 a year you've made for yourself. Those people go out and start connecting other people onto your second point. Again, you earn R55. And so if you had 100 people on your first and second point, that's R5,500 you're making a month. That's like having over R1 million in your bank account. Do you realize that? No, you don't, because you've never had R1 million in your bank account. If you had R1 million in your bank account, that's how much interest that money would be making for you. That's a great form of annuity income, is interest. But none of us have got money in our accounts. Right? But we're going to get you there. And so when you look at R5,500 a month, don't look at it in spending value. Look at it in true wealth from those eyes. Right? Because you are here trying to build wealth for yourself. And then your channel keeps growing. To the third point, you see the multiplier starts dropping down as the product gets further away from you, right? All the way down to the 8th point. You're still earning 4% of the R27.50. We don't limit you at the 8th point. Remember, we're trying to build long-term relationships. So we don't limit your income. We say to you, you can build as big a channel as you want. You want to speak to all 54 million people in the country? Go do it. There's no limitation on how much money you can earn at DuePoint. We have no limitation. From point 8, in theory, to infinity, you will still earn 4% of the R27.50. And your first and second and third and fourth points can still grow and keep growing and keep growing. There's no limitation. But people still want to know, well, how much time do I have to invest in this business? He's already talking long term, like he wants to get married to me. And I'm a commitment phobe, right? So let's see in the short term. So we built this thing over the next 5 years. A projection. It's a projection. It's a 5-year plan for somebody who had decided to join DuePoint and they started contributing a little bit of time every single month into the business. And in this example, this individual has put 2 new people on his first point or her first point every single month. So 2 new people every single month onto your first point, right? Where is that going to get you? After 6 months, it'll get you to around 2,500 rand a month. Now, it's a wonderful little figure that. I say little because it's little, right? 2,500 rand. You would love it if you had 2,500 rand right now in your pocket. But to work for 6 months to get to 2,500 rand, is that worth my time? My time is very valuable. Is it worth it? Little illustration. Because what we want to achieve here ultimately is for people to become wealthy. But we realize that for people to become wealthy, they have to change. You have to change. You have to start thinking differently about money. You have to stop being a consumer. The economy needs consumers. Our economy is built on consumerism. But it doesn't mean you have to be a consumer. Consumers spend. Consumers incur debt. Consumers pay interest to people like banks and lending facilities. But if you want to build wealth, you have to stop spending so much. You have to start saving. You have to get rid of your debt. Little illustration here, 2,500 rand. Here's an example of someone with a 1 million rand bond. A 1 million rand bond at prime plus 2 over 20 years is going to cost you 11,500 rand a month as an installment. For 20 years before you become a homeowner. But you join DuePoint, and 6 months later you're earning little 2,500 rand. And Rob shouts at you and says, stop being a consumer. Stop spending. It's easy to spend 2,500 rand. I can go to my computer or on my phone right now. I'll spend 2,500 rand on Take-A-Lot in 3 seconds. It's easy, right? How many bags of groceries can you buy with 2,500 rand? How many shoes can you buy with 2,500 rand? Stop looking at money and giving it spending value. Where has it gotten you? Debt. If you take the 2,500 rand and put it into your bond as an additional payment, right? So you don't spend it. You put it into the bond. Pay your debt off a little bit faster. How much faster do you get to pay that bond off? It says it there. Not 20 years to pay the bond off. You do it in nearly half the time. How do I put 20% extra into my bond and nearly kill the bond in 50% less time? Do you see that correlation? I put in 20%, but it saves me 50%. How does that work? It's called compound interest. The bank knows about compound interest. It saves you. That little 2,500 rand is going to save you 900,000 rand in interest that you would have paid to the bank if you didn't pay your bond off faster. That little 2,500 rand has saved you nearly 1 million rand. That's the same price as what you paid for the house. Think about how much interest you're paying back to the bank. At month 12, you're earning nearly 9,000 rand a month. Right? Do you see? It's gone up every single month. Not like your salary. Your liberty to grow your channel every single month. After 2 years, nearly 28,000 rand. After 3 years, we had nearly 50,000 rand. After 4 years of doing this business consistently every single month, you're going to be close to 70,000 rand. And finally, after 60 months, you're going to be close to 85,000 rand a month. That's 1 million rand annually. Who would like a 1 million rand bonus check every year? Some people are scared to put their hand up. I can't believe it would be me. That's why I said I'm hoping in this presentation you let your imagination run wild. Because there's been no room for it in our economy for a long time. But it starts somewhere. It starts at month 1. Month 1, you go out and you connect at least 3 people in your first month. That's where it starts. This is where it can lead to. You can say to me, Rob, this is nice theory, right? It's a mathematical equation that the actuaries have put together, and this is where we get to 85,000 rand a month. Sounds too good to be true. But we've got people doing this business, right? Thousands of people doing this business. Everybody's different. And every month we invite them up onto stage to come tell their story. And they've all got different stories, all different circumstances, all different necessity. And so you are welcome to go to our YouTube channel. Go look at all those testimonies. We've got hundreds over the last 3 years. You can go see what people think about our business, right? And we don't ask them to gloss over the negative. I'd ask them for the gory details. What has been hard in this business? What's challenging? We've got Natasha. Natasha's been up before, but we brought her up again this month. She's been in the business 2.5 years. She's earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month out the business. She's connected. She's got 13 people on her first point. 13! Only! And she's earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. Why? Because the 13 went out and found nearly 400 people in her channel. That's the power of duplication. That's leverage. That's you enjoying the benefits of finding good people to help you build your channel. You want to build a good channel? Find good people. You want to build a channel that slumps over every now and again? Go find weak people. You will start to discern very quickly who's strong and who's weak. Right? The weak ones are going to give you gray hairs. The strong ones are going to make you feel energetic and revitalized. And so, as I said, we've got hundreds of testimonies. We've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. We'll look at another testimony a bit later. But everybody's different. You're all different. Right? You've all got different belief systems. You've got different aspirations. You've got different ideas of what wealth is. You've got different ideas of work ethic and what's hard and what's easy. But every morning, you're at liberty to decide what you're going to prioritize every day. Every day, you get to decide that. That's your God-given right. To wake up in the morning and go, today I'm focusing on that job, that great job that I've got, that's given me a 2% raise this year, more than everyone else I know. When my prospects for retirement look touch and go at the moment, but I'm going to work on that. You get to decide what you're going to focus on. Your job pays the bills, and that's where it ends. We're talking about wealth here. We're not talking about getting by. We don't want people to get by. We want people to prosper. To prosper. And so you're going to make that decision every morning. Then we've got our XP Rewards program, the cherry on top here at DuePoint. So we spoke about the returns program that pays you every single month. When your channel starts to get to sizes, right? So it starts at 4, and when it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it gets to these milestones called ranks. And every rank that you get to, there are additional rewards waiting for you. So some of them are cash checks, some are tools, some are experiences, but they are all designed around wealth. One of the first notable ones at rank 5, we give you a business toolkit so that you look professional, at least. Note, you can buy the merchandise before you get to rank 5. I'm hoping people will invest a little bit in this business they've adopted from day one so that you look like a professional from day one, right? It'll help you when you go do business. At rank 7, we take that a step further. We get very special business cards manufactured for you. These are handmade business cards. You get 1,000 cards. They cost us 17,000 Rand to manufacture. That's the cost price. Why? Because when you sit down with somebody, and people are very skeptical, right? They don't trust easily, and you say, I want to tell you about a business that perhaps will benefit you. They will look at you with slanted eyes and go, what are you talking about? But if you put a 17,000 Rand business card on the table, they realize there's a little bit of credibility to this business DuePoint, because no one in their right mind spends 17,000 Rand on business cards, right? These are tools to help you in business. At rank 9, we take you and your family to our Rank 9 International Conference every single year for the rest of your life. The record is 5 months. One individual got to Rank 9 in 5 months. They opened their laptop up one morning, saw DuePoint, joined. 5 months later, they were Rank 9, earning 20,000 Rand a month. So that's the record. I'm waiting for the record to be broken. We fly only business class. DuePoint only flies business class. This is the cheap trip, right? We're going to take a look at what the cheap trip looks like. It's 7 days away, all expenses paid trip, 5-star luxury resort. Okay? We've already block booked the business class tickets. We've booked the resort. It's a new resort this year. But take a look. We've documented our last 2 trips. They've both been in Mauritius. And I want you to imagine yourself there with your family. Thanks, Pat. Did you feel the sand between your toes? No? It's available for everybody. Every single person in this room is allowed to get to rank 9. It can take you 5 months. It could take you a year. It could take you 2 years, 4 years. But if your channel is growing just a little bit every single month, that means every single month you're getting closer to rank 9. 2 ranks later, at rank 11, we buy you a brand new car. R250,000. You go choose the car you want. We pay for it cash. It's put into your name. You drive it home, park it in your garage. There's no installment for you at the end of the month. There's no debit order. There's no finance against this car. How much closer are you to becoming wealthy? Right, wealth engineers have already done this. We've got 2 more wealth engineers that should be getting their cars this year. It's happening. Are you coming? Or are you going to go home and think about it? I need to think about it. It was too good to be true. He's lying about something. There's no harm in trying. We've designed this business to have very little risk involved. We are not trying to burden people with this business. We are trying to create opportunity. So that's the rewards program. It goes up to rank 28. That's the cheap car, the cheap holiday. By the time you're at rank 28, you won't be traveling in cars. You think I'm being facetious? You won't be traveling in cars if you're at rank 28. You'll be one of the biggest shareholders in this business because of the channel you built by the time you rank 28. You see the big insurance companies in South Africa. You'll be one of those people. Those people are billionaires. You've got to decide today whether your belief system allows you to be part of that picture or not. Our business is built on the backbone of the products that we've innovated. So a lot of people look at insurance products, investment products, mostly insurance products, as a grudge purchase, right? On the way here. Huge accident on the highway. That car, I don't know what happened to that car. It looked like it got hit by a truck. It was mangled. You think that person wishes they had insurance? When you need it, you wish you had it, right? That's the point of it. Our products are actually built with wealth in mind, believe it or not. Why would anyone invest time building assets and wealth and a lifestyle for their family to lose it in a second, in an instant? Any wealthy individual's got a portfolio of investment products and insurance products. The products are designed to protect your wealth. If not for your sake, for the sake of your families, right? So let's take a look at them. Access Wealth is our first product. It is an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets contributed into a tax-free investment fund in your name. It's tax-free, one of the very few things, I think the only thing that's tax-free in our country. You can push that contribution up to 2,500 Rand a month if you wish. We started at 100 Rand. The insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover, right? So that's 120,000 Rand. We've designed our products to be accessible to everybody without discrimination. And so this product and the next product, Wealth Guard, as long as you're over the age of 18, the price is the same for everybody. You can have heart disease. You can be diabetic. The price is the same for everybody. We don't discriminate against your health or your age. 249 Rand. Wealth Guard is insurance only. It is personal accident cover to the value of 1 million Rand with this product, right? Straightforward product. Family Wealth is our funeral cover product. Probably the best funeral cover product in the country at the moment. So if you know anything about funeral cover, if you've got funeral cover, take a look at this very carefully. Right, for 299 Rand a month, you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members. You also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection for yourself as the principal member. So that means we pay for any liability or debt that you have upon your death up to the value of 10,000 Rand. You can increase your cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And again, no pre-existing conditions are excluded off of this. Anyone can take this product out. Doesn't matter what your health status is, right? You do have to get in on this product before the age of 70. But once you're in, it's whole of life. You can live to 130. You'll still be covered by Family Wealth. Then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to lower your monthly expenditure. So we all spend money every single month on a whole bunch of things, right? We've gone out and partnered with a whole bunch of businesses, and for 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy the discounts that they offer our Wealth Points members. So we've got discounts and services through this product, and we've tried to cover everything that we typically spend money on every single month. So we've got data partners, we've got grocery partners, we've got online retailers. The list covers everything. The list covers everything, right? We're still looking for new partners. We're always looking for new partners. Sometimes we shed a couple of partners, we bring in new ones. Are you just getting your XP? What are you doing? Someone's watching a video. So those are the 4 products. The price is the same for everybody. It's accessible, and it gives you access to the DuePoint system. Right? If you need more information on these products, go to our website. But they are straightforward products, and you can cancel them at any time. You can change them at any time. You can say, I started using this product, but I want to change it to that one. You can take all 4 products if you want. It is up to you. All right? The Achiever Quest, for those of us that need money now. Who needs money now? Don't be shy to put your hand up. I might just give it away, right? For those of you who need money now, which is all of us, we've got the Achiever Quest. The Achiever Quest is a monthly quest. It runs every single month. If you're able to put good time into this business, so not 2 a month, right? That's for people that want to build slowly, the ones that want to build fast. If you put 10 people in a single month who pay successfully in the same month, we will give you an extra 5,000 Rand. If you do 20 people in 1 month who pay successfully in the same month, we'll give you 10,000 Rand, and if you do 30, we'll give you an extra 15,000. That's an extra 15,000 on top of your return that you're earning, on top of the rewards that you're getting. And so if you do 30 in your first month, you'll be earning about 16,500 Rand in your first month at DuePoint. That's like having 3-4 million Rand in a bank account. And you can do that every month if you want to do it. And this lady's done it every single month since we launched it. All right? Simisitli, she stays in town. She's been in the business 7 months. When we launched the Achiever Quest, she hit it every single month so far. So in the last 60 days, she's given herself an extra 10,000 Rand on top of her returns. You can see she's got 21 people on her first point. She's only got 2 points in size. Her channel value is already at over 1,000 Rand. You do it. Just go do it. It's 10 people. How hard is it to get 10 people to connect to this business? But it's up to you, right? So it's quick cash. Like Pumi said, if you want money quickly, DuePoint's the business. If you want sustained income, DuePoint's the business. Long-term incentive, we've got the 365 challenge. This challenges you to put 365 people onto your first point in your first 365 days. So now this is big money, right? Because there's about 1.5 million Rand in benefit if you do this. Connect 365 people in 365 days. So in your first year at DuePoint, you've got to connect on average, right? You don't have to do it on average, but on average, it's a person a day. What do you stand to benefit? Well, statistically, you do 365 people, that'll get you to about rank 13 or 14. That means you're earning about 50,000 Rand a month by the time, this time next year. This time next year, you're earning 50,000 Rand a month, right? Plus all the income you've earned while your channel builds. If you do it in the time frame, we'll give you an extra 365,000 Rand cash check. You'll have all the rewards up to rank 13 or 14. So that's the business pack, the business cards. You're going to have the rank 9 holiday. You're going to have the car parked in your garage. You might have the Mediterranean cruise every year for the rest of your life at rank 14. There's a whole bunch of big checks along the way too. 1.5 million. You will hit the Achiever Quest. So the Achiever Quest we just spoke about, you'll hit that because you're doing so many people. And so there's 15,000 Rand potentially every single month. So that's 180,000 Rand on top of the 365,000 Rand. It's up to you. It's available for everybody. 1.5 million Rand in your first year at DuePoint. You've got to ask yourself the question, what am I doing tomorrow? Or this afternoon? A little bit of background on our business because I want you to understand the business you're partnering with. It is very important that if you join DuePoint, you get to walk out of this building or wherever you are watching the live stream, walk out and be proud of the partnership that you've entered into. Because we are a very reputable business. We've been around for nearly 70 years. We listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under Conduit Capital, right? We are a fully registered insurance company, right? There are only a handful of insurance companies you think everyone who sells insurance is an insurance company. They're not. There are only about a dozen fully registered insurance companies in the country. Constantia is one of them, right? Our building is just down the road. We've got new offices right across the road from the Ferrari garage, of all places. But go do some background checks. Go fill up with a bit of knowledge about who Constantia is, who DuePoint is. Go to their website. Go to our website. Go check our financial licenses. Go to the FSCA's website and type in Constantia. You will see all the licenses that we have registered to our name. But don't be skeptical about this business. Because if you're skeptical and you're trying to connect other people hoping to get lucky, they will see it in your eyes. They'll see you trying to take a chance. You have to become fully invested in this business. Why? Because it can change your life. It can. You might not believe me now, but if you start working in this business every month, you just take it a day at a time. Speak to one person a day, maybe only 2 or 3 people connect every single month, and you keep doing it month in, month out. In 5 years' time, when your family's sitting on the beach at a luxury resort and you're earning 25,000 Rand a month, will your life have changed? And that can be in the next 6 months if you want to make it in the next 6 months. It could take you 5 years, right? But you have to go forward with belief. It's all about belief. People will see it in your eyes. There's the FSP number that we operate under. Merchandise. We've just launched a merchandise shop. So if you go onto our website, you'll see there's a store button at the top. You click on the store button. We have an online store, right? We deliver to anywhere in the country. There's some of the merchandise that we have on offer. We are running a 20% off promotion on our business cards if you purchase those online. We've got shirts that we've just manufactured. Those were the bane of my life to try and get shirts manufactured. It literally took me 2 years to find suppliers to design shirts and manufacture them according to what we wanted. But there's all the merchandise. We don't make money off the merchandise, by the way. The merchandise is for you. Why? So that you look professional when you go out. So that you are able to separate yourselves from all those other business opportunities out there in South Africa. When you stand next to 100 people, and they're all representing a different business opportunity, you have to stand out. You have to stand out. You can't blend in with all of them. You've got to show DuePoint for what it is. The best opportunity in the country. Right? So invest in this. This will help you in business. So what's the decision? For me, it's not whether you want to be a millionaire. We're beyond that. We're beyond what you want. The decision is, what are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing this afternoon? You have to reprioritize your life now. You have to. If you're interested in this business, if you want to change your life, if you want to see change in your circumstance, it requires you to reprioritize. Where does DuePoint fit? Is it at the bottom? Do you do it when you feel like it? Do you do it when you have spare time? Is it a hobby? Is it a New Year's resolution? Or is it something that you prioritize at the top? Because it can change your life. It can start making you money this month. Why? Because you don't have any risk. We take on all the risk. That's the decision. I want to know what you're doing tomorrow. Getting started is very simple. You register as a wealth engineer, so the person with you will show you how to do that. You can do it on our website. You can do it on your phone. You can do it from their app, right? Register as a wealth engineer. Download the DuePoint app for yourself. Once you're registered, log in with your new wealth engineer number that will be SMS'd and emailed to you. And then go watch the training. Go educate yourself about this business, right? This business is the key for you. But you have to educate yourself. You have to become this professional. You've got to become adept at this business. People ask you questions. You're snappy. You know everything. It's going to help you in business. Remember, you're now in business. And then connect 3 people. Minimum. In your first month, go connect 3 people. That's what unlocks you to earn in your first month. If you don't connect 3 people in your first month, you're not going to earn. If you connect 3 people who pay in their first month, you're going to earn at least 165 Rand. And you're going to see DuePoint, you're going to get 1 positive SMS from the bank this month that says, not a debit order, it's going to say deposited 165 Rand. And you go, oh, that's good news for once, right? And when you see that money arrive in your account, your belief will go up. You go, wow, DuePoint does pay. DuePoint does work. I connected 3. I can connect 3,000. Right? Simple steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a YouTube channel, Facebook. We've got podcasts available on all the podcast platforms. Those are just probably the 2 most popular ones. Download the app, go and get the merchandise, start doing this business, and create prosperity for yourself this year. This year. Not next year. How many of you already thought 2020 is going to be a good year? 2020. Come on, 2020. Be a good year, please. Maybe I'll get a 3% raise from my boss because I've worked extra hard this year. I have. Don't even take toilet breaks. For 3%, people, no one's coming for you. Are you waiting for somebody to come save you? Guys, we have to do it for ourselves. Stop looking for the economy to change, for your company to change, for opportunities to arrive. It's arrived. It's here. Just start doing it. What are you doing this afternoon? Who's going to tell somebody about DuePoint today? I'm interested. I'm taking a photo of all of you. I'm going to check up. Guys, it's that simple. Our wish, sincerely, our wish is to create social impact. That's why we decided not to go market our business on TV and billboards and all this other rubbish. I've been involved in that game for 20 years. This business is about people. It's about community. You can do it. You're doing it for yourself. Your $249 you're paying me is not going to change my life. But if I'm paying you back $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month, that's where the impact's created. Don't come to me and start asking me 100 questions about the product. The product's not going to change your life. The business opportunity changes your life, right? But you have to make that for yourself. You've got to build that channel. All right. I'm done, guys. I wish you sincerely prosperity this year. We're going to be running a launch workshop. What's the time? I don't have my watch on me. We're running a launch workshop. I'm going to start it at 20 past, so in half an hour. 20 past 11, we're going to do a launch workshop. It's basically me just going through fundamentals of this business. It's going to take us 25, 30 minutes. You get to ask me as many questions as you want throughout the presentation, but I'll give you a short workshop on how to start in this business, right? The things that you have to worry about. We've got lots of moving parts. I want you to focus in your first month so that you start making money as quickly as possible. I'm going to start that at 20 past 11. Good luck, guys. Thank you.